Okay, so hello everyone and welcome back to some more of The World in Conflict. This is a game that was played quite a while back, as in at the start of 2024, somewhere in the spring. And it was a great special close game that I just didn't have the time to record at the time, or do justice to it, so to speak. This is Qbix, our very own Qbix made map. There's the normal hometown map as a day version, but this is a night version with a couple of major differences to the normal one. So normally we have here a bridge that is the only way from the USA side to cross over to the town and all of the places. But now the bridge is under construction, so no more laser guiding the bridge, no more able to be destroying it, but there's then crossings here and here, so a lot more ways for one to get from one side to another, for a certainty, I'd say. A lot more variety in that. But it would be a big buff to USA if only this was done, and it might still be that the USA map or USA side now is way better. It's difficult to say because this was a good game, but why was it a good game? Why was it a close game? We would need to be playing this map so very much more to know exactly if this is always going to be the case or not. I'll just pause it for a moment so I can talk about it. So the other major change is that this gap is passable. So infantry can just straight up walk through these forests, and if you burn these forests, which as a USA you usually use these forests as a protection, especially for support, it's a very nice protection against the enemy air. Now it's not going to necessarily be so, considering the enemy infantry can just walk from their spawn all the way into here. Although if you burn this forest, you can also pass the other way around, as in the armors can pass from here and support, etc, etc, etc. That wasn't really used even in this game, to be honest, so I'm not certain if that is going to be then that important of an aspect or not, but regardless, yeah, you can pass through that and all of that. But of course one has to remember that from the USA side then you can also pass into the USSR side forest. So in this game they had a double infantry, at least at the start, so it was pretty much impossible for us to be pushing that way. But if that was the case, then it might be that USA side even gets a buff from this, so that the infantry has other ways to get into this town rather than just from here. But as I said, this would have to be tested and played more to know exactly if that would be the case. Regardless, it certainly does change the gameplay a bit more than just with the fact of it being a night map. Regardless, I am going to be in this team, and these are the players that we have. Let's see, what color will I give you? Not certain. Not certain. I think that the teams were relatively balanced though. I'm not certain who Qbix is. It might be Claude. I'm not certain though. It might not have been Claude either. But it's someone at least decent with support for a certainty. But I'm not certain. Defensive air is certainly at least someone that is a great player, like for a certainty. I don't think that too many would play like they do. It might be not the best way to start the game, considering we are playing against double infantry, and maybe that's the reason why we are having as good of a game as we do, but it's difficult to say. And of course their side has Hopw and Qbix then playing as infantry, so they have definitely better infantry overall than we do. Spirit being our only infantry. Then they have Small Island, Tunakan and Blitz. Blitz I think was in air. I don't exactly remember. It's been a while since this was played after all, and I was just like, yeah, this is my backlog of what I want to be recording. I even was like, maybe I should be sharing this rather for Ponter to record, but he's been busy of not being able to make videos either now. So now that I get a chance, I'll be recording this, great game, and we'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes. What is our plans? Yeah, well, we can still get our bridge blown. Yeah, this bridge can be blown, this bridge can be blown, and this one, of course. Not that there's much use in blowing that bridge, or this bridge especially. This at least has some use. But the others, definitely not. But let's go into the game. I'm playing heavy air, obviously enough, in this, as an air. Then defensive air is playing more of a mixed setup of air. With defensive air, I'm clearly taking more of this side to handle, and defensive air more in here. Maybe I should play a little bit more together too, but I don't know, often it just feels for me easier to play more that this is what I do and then this other stuff is what they do. But this is definitely a good counter if there would be anything like double air coming in, but it's definitely very unfortunate situation for Blitz as the only air. Tunakan is the support, Kickapoo and Qbix were indeed infantries, Small Island is their armor, and yeah, that's their team. I did too much of a risky attack in there, but at the same time maybe our team can even go and try to keep capturing the bridge. That was my idea, though we were pretty much stopped into there for uncertainty. I am going in now though to try to allow us to get the cap, and at least I did get the support, but we are maybe going back a little bit too much for us to be able to get it. Though, again, this support had to come up and visible, so armor should be able to destroy it easily enough, to be honest, and then I could just go and kill this. Though I'm even going now that I at least got the flares again, I went in then to try to destroy. We're definitely contesting it at the very least. They have the sawmill. Kickapoo is aggressively pushing infantry into town, which is very much what you should be doing when you have double infantry, to push aggressively the infantry into town. You shouldn't be staying just in the forest. You're not useful over there. And pushing into here too now then, of course. We are getting Spirit Inf here, the air beams, couple of them at the very least. I'm not sure where a third one was, or was it dropped at all. Maybe it wasn't dropped. Maybe he didn't have enough TA. Maybe I forgot to give TA. I'm not certain anymore. But regardless, we definitely are having troubles at the start with all the infantry presence. Considering this much infantry already at the town, and then fights over here with the infantry too, etc. Like there's 2 airtrop beams there, here an airtrop infantry, a lot of airtrop infantry to deal with. At least we have repairs that we have here, but yeah, then also all of this infantry to deal with. Spirit does have a med RT, which I think is a logical choice at this point, considering clearly he is having difficulty with this. But even just a laser guided Qbix used, and I don't air-to-air strike even to... I'm not even sure if that was needed, the air-to-air strike when they have only 1 air anyway, and all of that. But then wasn't that a laser guided bomb that I saw against that meta RT? That's interesting way to use the A at the very least then. And yeah, Kickapoo infantry slowly but surely being fought over here. At least Spirit is bringing some more air infantry into here. I almost said air. And yeah, I'm doing a poor attack into here. I'm like, well, I'm sure that they are trying to come and attack, but like, I would need way like more help with this, or the that in a better position. But oh well, it happened. I made a poor attack. Those happen. Sad but true. There's another Spirit, a gun, medium artillery at the very least.
Reinforcements are on the way.
And we are certainly started to burn these forests down, because that is not under our control, and then it's very bad. If you lose this forest to the opponent team as the USA side, you definitely, usually speaking, want to then burn it. It's usually better to gain control of it back if in any way possible, but of course in this situation it's pretty much impossible, because they can just be bringing as a double inf all the time, just more and more infantry into here. So this is a special circumstances, especially in here. Normally it's at least not that easy to just walk over this side as they are doing.
We're standing
Definitely
by
trying
to
that
send in
out.
more units.
The game is staying relatively balanced. They have their bridge. We are fighting over the gas. That is, after all, where even normal circumstances you have most of the battle at the end of the day. That is the most common way to play Hometown. Maybe one day I'll make a video about overview of this map and can look through some different strategies that you can use. But the most common is certainly at least fighting over the gas station here. And they are doing also drops here into our dam. So I'm definitely flying over there to try to be helping with gaining control of it. But they did manage to get a cap. Muku is making a drop, which is great. And then our Qbix is at least coming here to gain this at least. So that's good. Qbix was the one that made these drops and certainly gained control with them. So did what they needed to do after all. And we are gaining kind of more benefit out of it though, especially when this Medart even comes here. Then it's like 3 of our players is getting the TA in here when they gained only for 1 player the TA. So in that sense, it's sometimes a question, when is it useful to do these sort of things? You use still a lot of TA to do those drops, and if the enemy team actually notices it and this well coordinates getting the TA for themselves from it, then is it useful? On the other hand, they are gaining the cap of the gas station now, partially as a result, because I definitely wasn't there. I was killing those couple of air beams, which isn't that much. I'm not even going there right now. I'm at least destroying that thing, but I probably will be going here next. I think that just makes sense. I'm giving TA to Muku as a main person. There is at least heavy artillery coming here. Sadly, not hitting very well, which is unfortunate because they have AA here and AA here, so in a little bit unfortunate positions. They're not that easy to deal with. That is just a lot of inf in one little small forest. So, kind of a little bit too much infantry in small one forest. Like, you definitely can just attack ground into that location, which already can do a lot. Of course, we just don't have any visibility in here, but now at least I can definitely attack into here. And our secondary air has the 1 heavy air, which is very ranked up, and then also still medium shoppers.
Unit killed.
We are at least clearing this place. I'm losing most of my stuff, but yeah, I know. There's so many attention marks. Well, yeah, there's again more drops coming into here. Is it now 2 different players? It's Qbix again. There is at the very least these guys were able to survive. So in reality, this light tank should be able to drive over them, but Muku might be too concentrated into here to be able to realize that, yeah, at least Spirit Gun air turbines did survive. So I'm going there then next, because it's not like I could be clearing this, but in reality we do need the support there too, and we have still our other air in that area, so I'm at least coming and making sure to clear these guys out. We got at least the decap of it already, and yeah, at least 2 players are going to be able to get a cap. And this after all makes defensive air quite different, considering they are making an airdrop inf to allow them to get some TA out of it too. That's not something that most air players do, which is the reason that I think that it's definitely someone pretty good.
Standing by to send in more units.
I can't say for certain who it is, but it certainly could be Alien, I think. It could be. I'm not certain though, I don't know. But I just think that it's a logical assumption at the very least that it could be. It could be. But who knows? Someone good. And then Neil, who either is Neil or isn't Neil, I'm not certain. Is even talking about is just jumping or 5v5. Well, obviously if we have match modes in this sort of servers, which is this sort of a plays, you have 5v5s. You don't jump into those games. That's just the regular advice.
reinforcements
You
will be
don't
there
do
in no
that.
time.
This isn't a PUBG game. Clearly, we want to be able to play this as a 5v5. Otherwise, it's just silly. You should be able to, just from the start then, be. But we're clearly losing a little bit in here. Partially, of course, because they've been doing so many drops into here. And gaining control it quite a lot
Your
of
new
times.
units are at the
And
battlefield.
then, of course, me also paying maybe too much attention there at times. Not certain. Or maybe I should have sent some less there, is more the case. But now they're even moving
10
in
minutes
support
remaining.
units through the bridge into this side of town, which isn't the best.
We're
And then
standing
we
by
have the
to send in
situation
more
here,
units.
which is also not optimal, as in not having it. We don't have the gas station, but it's not like they have much in there, so it should be easy to gain control of. So I'm even just clearing it with the 1 scout and 1 heavy air. They do have, of course, the infantry, which is going to be a problem more so, but still. There's just a light tank blob there. Blitz air is suffering though, considering all of these med airs. Certainly enough. And this time around, defensive air is here to clear them because they actually made way more moves into the dam region. So now I'm here and he's taking care of this location. Well, he does have, after all, his airdrop infantry as well. So at least ready to be helping with the gap over there in the meantime. And I'm just trying to clear some of all of this stuff that is over here. But yeah, Blitz definitely not having the best time there. As the only air, it's difficult to keep your units alive when you even are having medium shoppers to deal with. That's for sure. It just was able to reinforce. Yeah, I know. Definitely need to go there when possible. At least, yeah, that one AA unit did die there, but at the same time they're moving into here too, so it's definitely nice to at least get some destruction over to these infantry units. At least so that we can cap it easier back. But sadly I'm only having 1 unit now. At least we're finally going and getting a move into the Small Island and Qbix, and everyone's bringing even stuff more into this direction. So in this game, definitely they were having a lot better time for a long time, but I'm not exactly certain what all are the reason for it. Is it partial because we don't actually have 2 heavy airs only? At the same time, their air is having extreme difficulty on the other hand because of it. So I remember there was an air-to-air strike here. Yeah. Gladly, I missed only the 2. That at least I managed to keep the actual main guy alive. So.
Bringing in your units ASAP.
But yeah, it's someone really good considering able to keep alive this well these units, getting this much of a high rank to it. And but yeah, we definitely do start to at least get a little bit of a tick going on for our side. Qbix now running all those infantries through there. I'm not sure if it's the best choice. We're just getting napalm, at least 2 of them destroyed automatically. Pretty much. We at least have this gas station for a while. And now we are starting to do way more moves. Muku is starting to be doing drops into here and asking even Spirit making drops into the sawmill, which to be honest is sensible because we haven't done anything in here. They are pushing a little bit through here, sure, but otherwise they've just been, we haven't been able to do enough in here. So I don't think it's a bad plan to think of doing and changing our concentration into here. Sadly, Spirit ain't doing drops. Maybe he didn't notice. It's definitely plausible. Small Island making his moves here all alone, which is kind of silly. Alone going and decapping that.
You got casualties.
Decaps sometimes are useful and sometimes they're not the best plans, regardless after all. But yeah, we've had those clusters in here, but nothing more happened there yet. At least we're going to be getting a cap of the bridge in the meantime. And getting cap here, defensive air, definitely getting even more points because of this guy doing a cap there. Muku is sending his light tanks forward then in there. So maybe that when Muku sends his own units there, someone else will also notice to actually go and try to get into that location. Otherwise it's silly to be clearing it if you don't plan to try to go there. And Muku is having light tanks in a couple of regions, like these going to the bridge. Qbix is finally changing role. He's going air, doesn't want to be playing as the infantry no longer. And then at the same time in here as well with this couple. And of course one at least in here too, still alive. But now we're pushing a little bit in every direction. Sadly, I can't do much against this. Like, I can try to kill it, but it's gonna be slow for me to kill the air unit nonetheless. But if I can stop them from coming here and capping, etc., it's already going to be still very helpful. And Spirit Gun now finally does the air droppings. I guess he noticed that, oh yeah, I could be doing those. Of course, I don't know if how much of a time was there otherwise in the whatchamacallit recharge time for that skill to be able to do it, but definitely a lot of pushes. These couple of guys are here. I managed to get the destruction of that, and at least they didn't get the cap, so that's good. And destroying those Kickapoo infantries easily with the airdrop infantry ability for sure. We are getting the captain by Spirit Guns infantry in here. Of course, a lot of clearing in here now. Aliens, or defensive airs if it's alien. Med choppers here too. Someone good, regardless, like I said, whoever it is. Fights a little bit everywhere. We are getting back. Slowly but surely. There's a lot of fights here though. Just like there is fights in here. Good tank buster from Muku. The type of indeed good plans with the armor to do those sort of little TA helping you get a cap like that, for example, which is very good. We don't have this for the moment. We're gonna have it soon. And then at the same time, well, I guess we slowed down in the attacks in here, but it's getting close. We are definitely having an advantage right now, though. So a lot of the time we were losing, but right now we are definitely getting back to
Reinforcements are on the way.
Getting back to the game. For a certainty. I don't really even need to go into here, to be honest, but I guess I'm just thinking that fine enough, I'll go and clear this. Sadly, there's also Tunakan support unit there, but hey, at least it's one less threat over there. I should have been rather here, but oh well, didn't notice them. Definitely a lot of med choppers, but Hometown, to be honest, is one of the best maps for med choppers, I'd say, just because of the fact that it's such a large map, especially if you have, like now there's so many ranked med choppers that it's definitely difficult for the enemy air to be as useful in here. I think Kickapoo, yeah, was doing the decap, which is needed considering the situation. They are doing a nuke though. So definitely getting out of the town, because that's most likely location there's going to be a nuke at, right? So definitely need to get out of that location. So let's see how things then go and end up. Now there's a nuke. Are they gonna be able to take advantage by even moving into here into attack? I don't see anything in there though, so I don't think that's exactly happening. They're also asking here to move. Muku has, I guess, defensive air has made the airdrop infantry into here to decap, which is useful. Then I'm like thinking that I need to even, preferably even more, go here to attack and clear this location so that they can't easily just cap it back. So then it's more use for me to be here. Besides, I can't do anything in here because they just need to go and cap this. In here, of course, I maybe could do something, but we don't have units in there. So in that sense, at least it made sense. They are having the advantage still though, so it is close. There's also airdrop infantry here to have a decap, so a lot of decaps for certainty that we've made. I'm not certain if I needed to kill as much in there. I'm at least making sure that that can't go and get a decap, because that would be really annoying in here if it went to go and get a decap. So we have a decap of this location. We definitely need to go quickly to get a decap into here. Of course, this could have been great too, but I'm sadly not in there. We can try to get a cap from this location. Now especially helping a little bit to kill that unit over there. It's so close. Only 50 seconds or so left. We are still losing for now, but we all the time like either we get the tick or we don't. Spirit gun probably should be decapping that, considering he's right there. Like right now you should have just taken the decap, even though they're gonna get the cap because there's so little time. There's more units being dropped into here, need to kill that so that we don't lose this. If I just notice it now, I noticed that, oh no, there's actually more stuff dropping into here. We want to be getting the cap so that we can keep the advantage. There, at least Spirit Gun has taken the T-cap. We're going into the bridge as well. Sadly, we're not going to be able to have a cap of this, but at least keeping the T-cap. Mukko in the meantime is going for the cap. We're having more advantage. We're even here is even defensive airs. GF to try to get the cap. Sadly, very slow to kill a support unit, but trying. And yeah, a close game. 51.40% that we won. Just barely, but we did win. So a very good game in this hometown night version, and I hope we can be playing it way more, just to see also like which side has more of an advantage on this map and so on and forth. It was a fun game, regardless, for a certainty. And I hope you guys all enjoyed the replay as well. A lot of activity, especially here at the end, with all the decaps here in the very start, caps, decaps, nukes, everything. I guess this is the one place they kind of forgot or gave up on the end here. Maybe if they also had put a decap into here, the situation could have been ending differently, but not sure. Regardless, a very good game, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. So thank you for watching. I'll see you for more next time, whenever that will be. Bye bye till then.